As we all know, Star Wars continues to be in a very disastrous, chaotic place, where on one hand, we're getting people like Pablo Hidalgo, who is mocking fans for crying about Star Wars on their YouTube channels, and on the other hand, we are getting really cool stuff like Luke Skywalker showing up in the season finale for season 2 in The Mandalorian. So there seems to be kind of like this tug of war happening in Lucasfilm and in Star Wars in general right now, where one side wants to bring in all these fresh new ideas into Star Wars and completely change what Star Wars is, change the spirit of Star Wars, and kind of just Disney-fy Star Wars in general, which I don't think is a very good idea. Disney really likes to do this, where they take these franchises and really just Disney-fy them, and Disney-fying everything isn't really the best idea, seeing how Disney is not really doing all that well in general right now, as far as creatively speaking with their projects. On the other hand, you know, there seems to be a lot of people who are working in Star Wars and at Lucasfilm who want to continue to honor what Star Wars is, honor the spirit of Star Wars. The same thing is happening right now with even just like franchises like The Lord of the Rings, where a lot of fans want Amazon to honor the spirit of Tolkien, honor Tolkien's legacy by making their Lord of the Rings show accurate and authentic and honorable to his legacy. And on the other hand, we're seeing a lot of people who are working on the Amazon Prime show for Lord of the Rings who want to just do their own thing and make Lord of the Rings fresh and new and exciting. And whenever these people said they're making things fresh and new, that used to be a cool and exciting idea, where it's like, oh, they're doing something fresh and new and awesome with the idea. That is cool. But we live in different times where people are imposing their woke nonsense, their woke garbage on all of these franchises, and all it does is destroy them. So fresh and new does not mean the same thing that it used to mean. So Chris Pine apparently knows the story of Patty Jenkins' Star Wars movie, and what he says about it raises some major red flags for me. Patty Jenkins, as we all know, is the director of the Wonder Woman movies, and she is hoping to direct the third Wonder Woman movie as well. If that even still happens, who knows? The entire movie industry is kind of up in the air right now with everything that has gone on this year. So Patty Jenkins isn't even sure if she's going to be able to even make the third Wonder Woman movie, but she is slated to do a Star Wars movie. And what she says about the Star Wars movie does raise some red flags for me. So Patty Jenkins told Chris Pine what's in store for her upcoming Star Wars movie, Rogue Squadron, and Pine says he's very excited for it. So Patty Jenkins has revealed the story of her upcoming Star Wars film, Rogue Squadron, to Wonder Woman 1984 star Chris Pine. The first film of the Star Wars franchise to be directed by a woman, Rogue Squadron is set to hit theaters Christmas Day 2023. The film will reportedly be an original story, not tied to Star Wars games or books that came before it. The film will center around the elite team of rebel pilots that at one point were led by Luke Skywalker. There's no word on when in the Star Wars timeline the film will take place, or if Luke himself will make an appearance. Still, there's plenty of material to pull from, including decades of backstory. And I highly doubt that Luke is going to show up, because Lucasfilm hates Luke Skywalker, and apparently they weren't even, according to some rumors, they weren't even very happy about the fact that Luke Skywalker was in The Mandalorian season 2. So everything is just a complete mess. Although the general public may be unaware of what the film will be about, one person close to Jenkins knows. Pine revealed to Collider that Jenkins gave him some background information on the film. This is what Pine had to say. I had spoken to her about not my involvement, but the story. She talked to me about it. It sounds really, really great, but I'm ecstatic for her, excited for what she's about to embark on. If there's anyone that can reimagine and breathe fresh new life into it, it's her. Now, like I said, there used to be a time where when people use these words like reimagining and breathing fresh new life and all these types of things, you know, those words used to actually get people excited. But now, For people who have just common sense, who want good stories, who want the woke nonsense to be left out, whenever we hear these words, we start to get a little bit nervous. And I am definitely a little bit nervous after hearing these types of statements about what Patty Jenkins could be doing with this movie. I guarantee you right now that it's going to be some sort of very pro-feminist type of Star Wars movie, and everything else, and you know, who knows what's going to happen with that. That usually doesn't work out very well, you know, just looking at things like Ghostbusters 2016 and whatever else. So, you know, like that's another example, right? Like, people tried to reimagine and breathe fresh new life into Ghostbusters, and it completely failed. It completely failed, and people hated with a passion Ghostbusters 2016. I could easily see the same thing happening here with Squadron, with Rogue Squadron. And, you know, with the direction that Star Wars continues to go on, where they're trying to become more woke, where they're trying to continue to push back against, you know, what is truly the spirit of Star Wars and what makes Star Wars great in the first place, I could see this not being that great. Now, I could be wrong about that. Rogue Squadron could be amazing. It could just be like a completely mind-blowing experience, but I have a hard time believing that is going to be the case. I know that a lot of people love The Mandalorian. I haven't even watched The Mandalorian yet because I don't really care about Disney Star Wars. I just don't care about Disney Star Wars at all. I don't really care about any of these Disney franchises anymore. Like, they're all just Disney-fied crap in my opinion now. And I'm just so sick of everything becoming Disney-fied. I'm just sick of it. So, I just don't really care about where Star Wars is going to be going under Disney right now anyway, and it doesn't really seem like Disney really has an interest in keeping Star Wars faithful to what makes Star Wars so great, the spirit of Star Wars. And when people continue to say these things where they want to reimagine and breathe fresh new life into these different franchises, to me, that usually doesn't really work out in keeping the spirit of that franchise, especially in the past 5 or 10 years. And like I said, the same thing is making me very nervous about, on the other hand, on some of the other franchises that I do love dearly, like Lord of the Rings. And we're seeing the same type of comments coming from people who are working on Lord of the Rings, where they want to breathe fresh new life in it, and everything that we've been seeing so far about Lord of the Rings is just raising more and more red flags. There was a point where I actually was trying to hold on to hope, where I was like, you know what, maybe Lord of the Rings will be good, maybe Amazon will do a good job. But that hope has been pretty much all but diminished at this point. So, with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about Patty Jenkins' comments about, you know, Rogue Squadron? Is this going to become the Ghostbusters 2016 of Star Wars? It's possible. It's definitely possible. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe to Geeks and Gamers if you're new here. I greatly appreciate that. And also go check out my personal channel as well, Josiah Rises, and subscribe over there. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you later. Bye.